I read an article on a piece of software called Emily Howell, an artificial intelligence that is capable of producing magnificent classical compositions, which are nearly indistinguishable from those of Bach, Mozart, and Beethoven. Created by David Cope, a composer having some serious issues of composer's block, Emily Howell is the second incarnation of the original script, EMI, or EMI, which is short for Experiments in Musical Intelligence. And for seemingly innocuous reasons like threatening the very foundation of human creativity and inspiration, it was met with much hostility from the public. Being somewhat of a musical genius and composer myself, I felt it would be a good idea for me to touch on this issue. It's really quite understandable why people would react in such a hostile way to news that there's an artificial intelligence that can create music that's as good as, if not better than, that of the ancient classical composers. It begs the question, is all our effort in composing great music going to waste, disproving the idea of human creativity or inspiration? However, I think that this view is maybe too focused on the idea of creating the masterpiece. Maybe we're missing the point. Regardless of what this machine or program can do, isn't it still important for us to pursue our own creative intentions? Regardless of whatever we create, it'll always have ourselves in it. So even if a machine can create something that's wonderful or awe-inspiring or soulful, it's still the personality of a machine. Now, I'm not saying that the creations of the machine are invalidated because of this, but it's just a different form of expression from what we do. We synthesize emotions and experiences and translate them into images and sounds and ideas and thoughts and love and romance and heartbreak and pain and many other things. This machine merely takes phrases of music and algorithmic sequences in order to create its music. Even if what it creates can be moving and beautiful, where it's coming from is different. In addition to that, the way in which we interpret it is also different. If we'd never known it was a machine, then it wouldn't really matter that it was created by one, would it? It could have just been an anonymous artist, just like any of the old, ancient, famous songs by anonymous artists. We have to remember that it's not so much about what is happening in the music itself, but what's happening in us as we create music, as we hear music, as we experience it. Each of our experiences are different. I don't feel it's necessarily a good idea to discount this music that's created just by a script, because regardless, it's still creating music that we can listen to and enjoy. So the question about this kind of music isn't about what goes on during the process of its creation, but what comes out of it, and what it means to us. Besides which, we have to commend the guy, Cope, for spending 30 years on this project. I mean, hell, he was born in 1941. He's almost 70. So on that count alone, can't we give the guy some credit for working that hard to beat composer's block? And if anything, we need something to help us fight the genius babies.